welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to see a few little gems around the Lake District. So we're going to see an ancient bridge, we're going to see Cathedral Caves, we'll have a look at a tarn, we'll have a look at waterfalls, I'm going to pick up 2 Wainwrights, including my mate next to me here, which is Black Crag. Right, let's have a look at it on the map. This walk begins in a free siding near the 3 shires inn, at Little Langdale. Starting out, we head over Slater Bridge and follow the river onto the bridleway. This is steady going. Once we cross the main road, we head up to Holme Fell, which is our first Wainwright of the day. This has got great views as we go up. With the views down to Windermere, we make our way to Tarn Hows and the cafe, which is our halfway point. It's a fantastic walk, I really hope you enjoy it. Once refreshed, we then descend into the woods to admire Tom Gill Falls. We pass Yew Tree Tarn and cross over the stepping stones, then ascend our second Wainwright of the day, Holme Fell. We can get fantastic views all the way around. It's a steady descent to Hodge Quarry and then over to Cathedral Cave, both of which are evidence of slate mining in the area. Having completed all our gems for the day, we head back over Slater Bridge and to the pub. We're starting at this siding. It's just close to the 3 Shires pub, which we'll pass in a sec, and we're about 15 minutes outside of Ambleside. Alison's with me today, there she is. She'll be doing a few photos as we go around, and you can just see the 3 Shires pub just ahead of us. Oh, yeah, it's been raining a bit, as you can tell. It's misty on tops, and we're deliberately doing this one today as a low level one, and it picks up 2 low Wainwrights. It is a small house. That's Wilson Place Farm. Yeah, remember this last time. This time, look, got a bit of mistletoe. Whee! A few birds knocking around in the hedgerows. A sparrow's there. Hello. So you can see them. So walking down here a little bit, when we get up to the top, we're going to fork off to the left. I said fork off then. I better check the captions for this. Well, there's a robin on that one, and here we've got a nice a duck. What is it? Hello, how are you? Are you Christmas dinner? This is the 3 Shires Inn, which we might be stopping at a bit later. It's got a nice fire in there, hasn't it? We've been before. Hello, sheepies. These sheep in the fields, look at that misty background. If you're doing this one, you'll hit this track. Where are you going, you?
I'm forking off.
You're forking off. Okay then. So the sign to Tilberthwaite. We're down here, and then you'll see a little turn. You can see in the distance the sort of spoil from the slate mining. Now, this is the little thing. Remember from last time? Yeah, we walked past it last time. So it's up here, it's quite innocuous. Let's get up. So the first thing we're going to see on this one is Slater Bridge. Although on some maps it's called Slater's Bridge. But a quarter of a mile away, so we're seeing on to our first thing. We're in late autumn now, and today it's 4 degrees. It's a little bit wet around the place, but that's fine for us. Got my dry socks on. Now remember this, it's quite a picturesque view when we came last time. The valley's just appearing in front. We'll need this bridge today because it's looking pretty wet. We are in Little Langdale, and Langdale Valley is just over here. The sheep looks like they've been paintballing. Yeah. That's yellow and red, that one. A bit messy. Slater Bridge is a pack horse bridge, and it was used to transport some of the slates across the river. It's been here since the 17th century. Once we've been over the bridge, that's our other thing for today, is we'll work over to Cathedral Quarry. Taking photos. The lengths you go to. If you want to check out Alison's Instagram, I'll pop it in the description for you, as usual. But there's our bridge and river for today. Let's get rolling across the bridge. This bridge is a bit of a patchwork, but it's been here a very long time. So you can see it's a 2-stage bridge. Got the first stage here, on this lovely piece of slate, and then the second stage after this midpoint. This is the sort of wonky bit. Not that this isn't wonky. There we go. So you can see the amount of tread these cobbles have had. Wow. That's it looking back. Absolutely stunning. Just get through this little gap in the wall. There we go. Well, there's two options. You can go over there if you want, but we're opting for the gate this time. There's our sign again. It's a Cathedral Quarry as we're walking round. So as we're going forward, we will do the quarry at the end, but when we're going down here, our first Wainwright of the day is going to be Black Fell or Black Crag, depending what you want to say about it. Sounds sinister, but it's not. It's like a little a little mountain. Got a cracking view of Windermere though. If you want to do a clipped version of this walk, you can actually just start at Tarn Hows and then do Black Crag and then come back down. That's a great little walk. I've got that in another video, so I'll pop it in the description for you. As you can see, straightforward path in this one. So it's going to be a nice easy walk around for today. And halfway when we get to the Tarn, we can go to the cafe. This, I remember from last time, it's got a ford here, so you can actually work your way across. There's a meter over there which tells how deep it is. So we're not going over this bridge, but I'm just going to take a peek at the little sign to see how deep it is today. And that is saying it's just over there. So that's saying it's just short of 2 feet deep. Won't fancy getting my car through that. Yeah, but you can actually ford this, you can drive across it if you've got big tyres or a tractor. There we go. Atkinson Coppice. Let's have a look. Tilberthwaite, it is. Bridleway. It's late autumn in the lakes, so a lot of the bronze has gone off the trees, but the ferns are still showing it. You can see there. So this one for us, it's a nice easy track today. Most of it is straightforward, so it's a good gentle one.
Another bridge.
Another bridge, yeah. So a few little sights as you go around this one. It's a bit of a hidden gem walk. A lot of it on this first section is pappy, a single track road, not busy at all. There's no cars past us, and I think last time we did this, maybe two did, just going into December, so a bit of ice round, even at low levels like this. So really, on a felt walk, we'd need micro spikes if we're doing that, so that's definitely a thing for my next walk out. Do you want some micro spikes for Christmas?
Take me on dangerous walks.
More dangerous if you don't put them on. Did one of our first walks up Holme Fell, and Alison's on there skidding down on your bum, weren't you?
Yeah, literally.
It's quite an interesting tactic.
Wait.
Anyway, there are signs for Cathedral Caves all the way around, and it's just over here, but we'll experience it on the way back as the last bit of this before we hit the pub. Yeah, a nice end to it. If you do fancy this walk, just to mention, I've got my head torch in my bag, so when you're in the cave, it's dark. I mean, so if you've got a head torch, that's really good. You can just look around with the torch on your phone, but head torches to spread the light out more so you can see what you're doing. So I'll say for this one, winter, our boots are nice and dry. It's an easy walk along. You do get spectacular views out to the side. There's a little bit of clag today, which is why we're doing a low one. If I was going higher at this time of year, I'd be hoping for a cloud inversion, but the conditions aren't quite that today. Cloud inversion conditions, if you want to try and get one, and this is what one looks like on the screen here, is you need high pressure and you also need low winds. So although we've got low winds today, we've also got low pressure, so we won't get one. There we go then. Cathedral Quarry, half a mile away. Coniston 4.5, Elter Water 2, and Ambleside 6. So up we go. If you're wondering why I'm walking on a road, this is classed as a bridleway. So actually only permitted cars are allowed down here, and you'll only see horses. So it is really quiet, even though it is clearly very stable to walk on.
Not very good at kicking.
What are you doing?
Kicking it.
Found.
Yay, did it?
Oh, it's off, bounding away. An acorn. No, not an acorn, sorry. It's a pine cone. I've just done a video last week in which I mentioned about layering and things. But yeah, the Lake District is notorious for rain because that's where the lakes come from. So if you are coming out, also make sure you've got a good waterproof top coat. As we're coming down, we've got Holme Fell to the side and Black Crag is going to be around the corner. It's a little bit rainy today. I said it'll rain till 11 o'clock and it'll be fine from then. So we're all right, we're ready for it. You're in your wet kit, aren't you?
Yeah.
We've rebeaded these coats with some knickwacks to make them more waterproof. The beading up.
Yeah, worked well.
This is the sort of A road going across here, which we just touch for a second and you can see the path going straight on there. That's a little marker. We've warmed our legs up, so over here we'll be on to Black Fell. Always busy. That's an autumnal tunnel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that. Bronze. You got it? Want me to do it?
Yes.
You got your mittens on, haven't you?
Yes. Thank you.
Right, so about a quarter of the way around the route, we get some fell action. Yeah, it's immediately wetter underfoot. It has just been a storm. So there's a bit of a split here. You can go up or carry on. I know from previous that we're going to go to that wall, but you can check on OS Maps and they always put these in the description. So if you want to download those before you do the walk, then that's a good idea. I know, it's nice, isn't it? Looking very nice. I don't know if you can pick it out on the GoPro, but Alison will do it on the photographs. There's absolutely brilliant view with the partially exposed fell on the side. It's a bit of a wet one. Try and navigate this. Oh yeah, I'll go that way. Good idea. I'm boring. It is, but it's safe at least. Black Fell is the third lowest of the Wainwrights, so it's a pretty low one. To collect two of the lowest in this area today. The lowest one of all though is Castle Crag. So I've got another video on that if you want to see it, but it's quite a small one, a hill on its own really. It's less than 1,000 feet, so it definitely is in hill territory, but yeah, it's in Borrowdale Valley, so cracking walks around there. This, as you can see, turns into typical fell territory. So a bit stony, a bit grassy. Yeah, obviously the higher you go up, the more ice will come across. But this isn't too high, this one. Get some photos in. Yeah, it does give quite a breathtaking view back. I know it is claggy, which is why we're not going super high. But at this low level, you can just catch some of the majesty where it is popping out of the clouds. Yeah, ice blocks going up. Look at that. Whoop. I'll just pop over here. The clouds coming a bit. See behind me there, it's a bit of a whiteout. Pea super, as they say. But this was really one to show you a few gems around the Lake District. So still got coming up the Tarn, we've got the waterfall, we've got the caves, and all of those can be seen from ground level. Fiddly gate. Seem to have security locks on all these gates. There you go. Whoa. It's a bit of a stiff one. If you are doing your Wainwrights, oh, what? Yeah, there is a little house just ahead of us here. Little keep. If you're doing your Wainwrights, just let me know what number you're up to, because this was probably one of the first ones that I did when I started doing them as a set. But I've done loads over the course of time and not really tracked them. So you'll find this signpost, and Slater Bridge is down there, and the Iron Kelp plantation is down here. And where we've just come from today is that one, Little Langdale. That's a picturesque little shot though, isn't it? Look at that. It's an eerie little scene as we go forward. Oh, cows. Must be feeding time or something. What are you doing over there? We've found the cows. They're in the other field over there, so some belted Galloways, 6 of them. Yeah, it's morning chorus on this one. They are singing away. Anyway, we are probably about 50 metres from the top now. It's going to be one of those videos. Oh, we do have to go up to them. Anyway, they're not on our path. They look like quite chunky ones. There you go, get some beef off that, won't you? So we'll go up here. Although, from memory, I think there's a stile when you get near the top and you can get over. That's the path we came up. These are the cows and our gate. So that was, we got carried away there and weren't looking what we're doing.
I wanted to see the cows.
You wanted to see the cows. Is that enough cow for you?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we're now heading on this faint track up and round. So again, good job I brought the OS map on the phone so I could follow this accurately. Well, accurately if I was looking at it. Always look at your map. Good. Right, so that's the track, and it does continue on, but actually we're going up the fell, so that's our gate. Alison's got a new job on the channel. It's collecting B-roll, so if you see any fancy close-up shots, that's Alison.
Sorry to get wet. I need some new boots.
Yeah, I need new boots.
Yeah.
See what Santa brings.
Yeah.
Those with keen eyes amongst you will see Alison's got no bag on today. So it's my job to carry the stuff. Because you've had a little operation on your shoulder, haven't you?
Doing a shoulder.
Yeah. Got rechanged again because I'm getting hot doing the up. There's about 50 metres to go up here. And it's not a high one. The whole thing for Black Fell, it's a shade over 300 metres. So definitely not a big one. But it's in the Wainwright books really because the view is spectacular from the top. So now that it's lifting a little bit with the clag, I might be able to show it you. And I'll say if not, I've got some archived drone footage which I'll chuck in. Getting a bit more of a visibility, aren't we? Wow. Yeah, you can see the edge there. Get on this, and actually, now I've done this, we could have actually stayed on the main path and come off it here to come up. But you know, there's several ways. As long as we're going up, that's the main thing. Small brook is coming to meet us. Go up. That looks firm to me. Yes. There we go.
Oh, more ice.
Yeah, more ice. Frosty on the tops. Frozen like your shoulder. We hit this wall, and then that's the last 20 metres up. So we go up the wall, and suddenly we pop out, and that is the summit up there, just ahead of us. Because Tarn Hows is right next to it, then this is really popular during the summer. And if you're thinking of getting into walking, then it's a great first one to grab, because say it's just a little bit off from the Tarn. There's parking there, National Trust parking, so it's free if you remember. And then it's a short walk to here. It's a great one for a little dog walk. Oh. There we are then. Black Crag. Hey. There you go. It's a Black Crag, and also known as Black Fell. Well, the area is Black Fell, isn't it? Wow. So, you remember it?
Yes.
Yeah, because I think Wainwright in his book says something to the effect of, it's been defaced, this plaque, by people scratching the names into it for some attempt at immortality. And for people with such mentality, it's perhaps their only chance. I did used to like Black Crag's channel, but here he lies on the mountain top. What?
You get done.
I can't say that?
No.
Okay. So I'll head off in this direction, and this will take us towards the Tarn. Path down here, it's relatively stable, so a nice easy one, but on a dry day, piece of cake, you just follow it back down. This will take us to a little plantation, we'll head through that, then we'll be onto the Tarn. If you've done this walk or have been up to Black Fell, then just let me know in the comments how you did it and who you did it with, because I've done this a couple of times. There's a video of me just doing the waterfalls, the Tarn and this, and there's a shorter walk which I've done, which I've yet to record, which is just Black Fell and Holme Fell. But that is a great little walk around, and you get to see part of the quarries as well. A few people on the channel have been saying they've been for winter walks or autumn walks around the lakes, and this is what they've experienced, which is true. But I'll say for this one, got some views in early on, and we'll drop below this a little bit later as well. The cloud base today is 300 to 150 metres, so super low. So I'll say I've got on this one today to show you a few ground level features that you can enjoy, rather than necessarily the massive views of the peaks. So this is what we're looking for. Here's the gate, and that is the little forest. I've gone back to jacket. It is raining. My under layer, which is, or mid layer rather, that's down, it's if you get it wet, it sort of loses thermal qualities because it's just feathers, so it compresses. So you've got to make sure it keeps dry. So in this, I'm sticking my over jacket on because I'm going down now as well, so it's a little bit cooler. Anyway, I feel like I've got the layering system right for today, so I'm just nice and warm. Last time we did this, it was summer, I think, so this tunnel was kind of forested on both sides, so that's pretty good, and I'll no doubt fit in the drone footage from that day so I can show you what it's actually like in other months. And when we get to the Tarn, that's actually part of the Cumbria Way, which just goes alongside it, so we did that on day 2 of the Cumbria Way. We started at Coniston, so if you want to see that, I'll put a link into it, and that's a walk of about 80 miles. That's all the way through Cumbria, so starts in the south, heads all the way up to Carlisle, and a great run which we did in 5 days. So a good little challenge. Each day is quite different as well, so I really enjoyed doing that one. This will take us onto another sturdy path, and we're going to take a right. There we go. Iron Keld Plantation.
Right.
Downhill.
All downhill to
Oh.
here.
It might well be. The actual Tarn is one of those lakes in the Lake District which allows you to go around it in a mobility scooter. So actually, if you've got any sort of impairments, then you can just go around it, and it's a pretty easy path. It's deliberately made that way to make it accessible for everybody. Look at that big rock. Bit slabby. As we're coming along, you can just see the tarns appeared at the side here. The track does continue on forward, but we are through this gate with the barbed wire, so not that great if you've got a dog, but I'm sure you can get it open. Oh, it's knackered. I do it. Right, here we go. Whip. Hey! The structural integrity is gone. So we're getting our way down. The Tarn is really popular, and that is the case all year. Just as I'm approaching it here, I can see at least 10 people, and I've seen nobody so far on the rest of the walk. There we go. And that is Tarn Hows. A lot of people visit Tarn Hows as a natural beauty spot, but it's actually man-made. There were other tarns here, but they dammed the other end of it from where I am now, and that meant the whole centre flooded and made one big tarn. So it's not actually naturally occurring as one big tarn. The advantage though of that is when we go down the other side, after we've been to the cafe area, that's where the waterfalls are, and the waterfalls are created from the damming, and it's the runoff from there. So we'll see those as we go through the woods. A few more cows having a rummage as we go around.
A brown one.
A what?
A brown one.
A brown cow? Oh yeah?
Now brown cow.
How now, brown cow? What are the rest of them?
Belted Galloway.
Yes, that's a Galloway.
I'm going to say black and white.
They are black and white, you'll be right. As we walk around, we come a little bit away from the Tarn, and it's a wooded section, and then we'll come to it further on as we get towards the car park end. It's a bit of a wander at the moment. There we go. So just coming back to the Tarn there at the side. Eerie.
Yeah.
And if you're doing the Cumbria way, then the other side is where we went down on day 2. But it's a very notable punctuation mark when you come to it in the walk. What's your favourite day on the Cumbria way?
Day 2, this.
Day 2, this.
Yeah.
Coniston one. I think that's everybody's
And it was
favourite.
nice and hot as well, wasn't it?
It was hot. We're nearly at the head of the lake, so there is parking at this end, and then parking also at the bottom of the waterfalls. And they're both National Trust car parks. So if you remember, they're free. Here's our top view of the Tarn. Absolutely brilliant. The point of doing it like this was there's a cafe in the middle, and then a pub at the end. So best of both worlds. Do you want something?
Builder's tea, that's what I want.
Builder's tea. Where's that? Oh, Builder's tea. Think of your tea?
Good that. Proper tea.
Proper Builder's tea.
Yeah.
Okay, so from there we're going to head on to the Tarn again, and then we'll see the waterfalls in the woods. Just approaching the map. So this is Tarn Hows where we are, and we're just at the cafe there. We're going to work our way back to the dammed part, and then we'll work our way down the waterfalls, and those are Tom Gill waterfalls. So we'll get down there and then across to Yew Tree Tarn.
Some history for you, right?
What?
Tarn was gifted to the National Trust
Yeah.
in 1930 by the world famous Beatrix Potter.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. How do you know that?
Because it said it on that sign.
This fern's looking healthy. What's that? I'm not going over there.
I do, yeah.
You're all right. That's a bit slippy for me. We'll work our way down here, and the falls are just a little bit lower down. In the summer, if you're doing this, it gives you a little bit of dappled shade when you go around here. As we come down, you can just see we're hitting the top of the waterfall, so just here and then further on. We'll see them when we get down there. Head down a little further, we'll see the main one. So it's just here at the side, but we'll get down for a better view. Wow. From the falls there just behind me, we'll work our way down a little further. We'll get to the other car park below, and then we'll go over to Yew Tree Tarn. So you can see it's quite steppy coming down here. It's a well constructed path, so easy going for us. A few obstacles with the streams. There you go. That's the final section of the waterfall just over there. You can't see it really in the summer because of all the foliage, but yeah, there it is. So carrying on here a little bit, and we can just see that we're following the stream down. That'll take us down to the car park here. Ooh.
That way?
Downhill, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Downhill to meet the road. There we go again. More tributaries. They work their way down. So plenty to look at on this. As you can see, it's well constructed. So it is popular, but also quiet at the same time, because most people don't come down to this bit, they just walk around the tarn. So once down, this is the other car park here, and we are just going over towards the tarn. Don't go on the road, it's only a short distance down here, but we've got a trail we can follow, if a little wet. wobbly. I'll just get over this stile. There we go. Right, so sticking, I say on the higher bit, you can probably hear the road at the side, but we only go around it for a few hundred yards, and then we're going past Yew Tree Tarn, then we're going up Holme Fell. A bit watery. So there's a bit of waterfall as you build to here, and this is the Tarn just below us. Now, if you've not got a National Trust card and you want to park for free, there is a little siding here, and that holds probably around 4 cars. So if you're very lucky, you can get in there. Oh, handy little bridge for us. So it's pretty regular, this trail through the woods. A little bit damp in places, but I'll say that's why I'm doing this as the second half. Through here. Now that looks a bit boggy. This is Holme Fell though, in front of us. So that's our next target. I'm going to walk around this, so walk along a bit and then get round, because that is swampy. Got a few stepping stones to get across now. Yeah, so you're going to need this really, because it is wet on this section. But I'm pretty sure these weren't here last time. Look though, if you see up there, Holme Fell, the clag is just a little bit on the tops. I reckon by the time we get up there, we should be clear. We shall see. So far, we've seen Slater Bridge. There's a few other little bridges around in that first part. We've been up Black Fell, seen the Tarn, and seen the waterfalls. So coming up, we will get to our second Wainwright of the day, and that is Holme Fell. And then once we've done that, we're over to Cathedral Caves. Look at this. Whoop. Yeah, the path is that way.
Around, I think.
Yeah. This bit is like a little glade when you're coming through, so you've got the tall trees there. On this, we're just going to wind our way up the fell side. And we'll soon be at the top of this really, because it's one of the lowest ones again. So it's the second lowest of all the Wainwrights. I feel like it's a tale of two fells this. So Black Fell is on the opposite side of the road, and it's Holme Fell on this side. Holme Fell, it's Norse. So home in that instance means, actually, it's quite well named. It means an island in a boggy area, which it does feel like, because as I say, down the bottom there, it's quite damp, but there are those stepping stones to help you out. Look at this. Big old marker boulder, and we head up. Path's relatively straightforward to go up this one, and we're just going to chase it up the hillside. That's Yew Tree Tarn just behind me, and we're going up into a little windy section. This up is about 220 from the road, so at this point we've probably got about 80 metres to go. It's quite, I'm not going to say mega steep, but it is noticeable, that's for sure. So a couple of stops on the way, it's all good. if you're doing this route, I'd highly recommend a pair of wellies. It is quite wet for us today, but it's just the nature of the beast. As I say, this second half, it's not really going to take us long because Holme Fell isn't as big as Black Fell, and we're just working our way towards the car, so a lot of the work's done for the day. Right, when we get up to the top, we'll hit this col and you'll see this marker. So that's our view going right, but we are heading left. We're taking this track, and that's going to take us on to Holme Fell. So even though there aren't necessarily views today, we've seen some low level stuff, and it's also just good to get out, do a bit of cardio, you know, keep the lungs moving, keep the legs moving. Oh, what have you found? Ice. Yeah, we're at the snow layer. Wow.
You could see it all on the tops when I was driving up to work the other day.
Good, yeah?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very pretty.
That's what we're being offered today. So yeah, if you come in any later in the year than November, definitely stick some microspikes in the bag. Now you come up here, and you're seeing this sort of swampy bit. I don't know how to describe it. Swampy. You'll see a cairn up there. So that's Ivy Crag, but we won't be able to see anything off it today. So normally you'd think that would be the path, but we're actually taking this one off to the right. So you can just see it looming, right? Yeah, we're down there. You can go forward if you want to, that does take you there as well. I'd probably go forward. But anyway, okay, this is Holme Fell in front of us. So there's a down to do, and then an up, and we get onto it. Crackers, that one. Right, I'm going this way. I know you did. But I need to show people the actual path. Just going to head up here. But there you go. Sun is giving it a little go. Come on, sun. This is our final assault up Holme Fell. There's always another bit. There's your final little scramble, which Alison's really appreciating with her frozen shoulder. Oh no, adds a bit of fun into the day. So a little bit of a scramble. It's the only one on this route. You would think this is it when you get to the top, but it's actually at that end. Anyway, let's give this a tap, just for fun. There we go, lovely. But that is higher, you can tell from here. Let's check out this rocky island in the bog.
Okay.
And it is actually, because this is still a bit squishy underfoot. And we're up there. Yeah, I'm going to follow that up. There we go. So that is our rocky island in the bog. It is as well, isn't it?
What?
A rocky island in the bog.
Yeah.
Well named. And this is the one that's highest. So that is it. We'll stand on it and give it a tap. There you go. Good.
There we go.
There we go. Another one claimed. Stick it in your bag.
Already done it.
I know you've already done it. We're going to head down now and get below the cloud line. So we'll get towards Cathedral Caves and I'll show you those. That's us. A little bit of a clamber off on a rocky bit and back into the marsh. Where we're off to now with the Cathedral Caves, that's part of mining activity in the area. So there's a massive cavernous cave that we're going to find. What are you saying?
We found something in the cave written.
Found something written in the cave. It's not that cave.
Oh.
You're thinking of Milliken Dalton's cave, aren't you? Yeah, Milliken Dalton Cave. That one's in a video called The Jaws of Borrowdale. So I'll put a link in for it if you want to see it. But yeah, very interesting character. He titled himself a Professor of Adventure. If you are doing your Wainwrights and you've been up this one already, just let me know what you thought of it. Bit of a grassy down for us, and we're going to eventually find ourselves at a tarn near the bottom. The down's pretty immediate like the up, so just need to be a little careful underfoot. In the summer, if you're doing this, this will all be a bank of heather with little bumblebees in it. But not today. It's a bit wet. As with all my videos, I'm not trying to sugarcoat this for you. It is boggy, and I say I've got dry socks on, so if you are interested in dry socks and want to know what they are, I've started a little Amazon shop, so if you pop on the link in the description, then you can see them in there. It just takes you to all my gear and things that I like, so you know, if you buy stuff from there, that gets a few pennies into the channel, and that'll help to fund these trips out for us. Hello. Hello. Another stream.
Another one.
Yeah, there we go. The theme of the day today, isn't it? Oh, we've happened upon a decent path. It's like slightly not on target, but it's going to bring us back on target, this path. It looks better than the other one. Particularly for me, when it's foggy, I can't get any bearings from the landscape, so it's very difficult to tell what's going on. And yeah, I could get an idea from my compass, but not for long, because this is sort of quite a large circular and with no defining features that I could spot. You can easily go the wrong way. However, here's our next defining feature, a lovely little tarn. Yeah, it has got, yeah, it's iced over. Whoop, 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 slippy. Yeah, all the ones at height will be iced over because it's freezing at night and they've just not got a chance to get any heat during the day, really. So they'll probably just stay frozen.
Proper frozen. Don't tell.
You having a go at throwing stones? What? Oh.
Proper frozen solid.
Let's have a go. I'll chuck a bigger one. I'll just borrow you, mate. There you go. Let's see. Yeah, that's solid. No, that is solid though. So nothing's getting through that for a while. There we go though. What's that? Yeah, it's defrosted here, but it's a mixed bag. Oh, up, easy. You alright? It's a bit rooty. You go across there. Right. Let's work our way down through this. Anyway, we're going down here and we'll find a little tunnel, and the tunnel will take us into the quarry. Here's a little entry point to a viewing platform, but you've got to be careful because there are signs out for sudden drops, and there definitely are sudden drops. So this is it, going down. Absolutely crazy. Wow. Wander down here, then we just go round the side. Someone's lost a hat. We're just up here. And this will take us to the entrance. This is coming down. The descent's quite steep, so we need to be careful. You cannot do this in the dark. We've got about an hour of light left. So we'll go down, see this, and then once we've done that, we'll go over to Cathedral Cave. Time-wise, because I do get asked these things, how long does it take? So I'd say give it 8 hours to make sure you've got enough time to get around. Because we're going inside the caves, I've got my head torch, so I would definitely say get a head torch for this, because that just gives a lot more light than your phone's ever going to give. And we're just through here. It's a little bit slabby here, so just be careful coming down. That's the water as it cascades its way into this hollow. Just think about this. It's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coming down, you can see the other cascade, and then straight through there to the quarry. You can see ahead of us, that's the entrance to where the little lake is, where it's flooded. Definitely a gem, this one. Absolutely fantastic. So this is us coming through. You can see the blast work there as they've got rid of the slate and taken it away. Absolutely amazing. That's crazy. There's a bit of machine works, and then we can see the edge of the water in the quarry. Just going to head along this whilst it's stable.
Walking the plank.
Yeah, walking the plank. Go in there. Alright, so look at that. That is brilliant. Let's have a look via the drone. That is quite a sight. From there, we're going to head our way back up, and then we'll get over to Cathedral Cave. What do you think of the quarry? Good. It's like a little grotto down here. Not Santa's grotto, but you know. Although it is nearly the time. Bit on the stony side. There's our little trickle down once again. It's kind of like a waterfall, but flat. We're heading back up, and we'll get to our last gem of the day, and that is going to be Cathedral Cave. Again, it's created due to slate mine in the area, but it's really cavernous. There we go, done it. We'll double back on ourselves and pick up the path to Cathedral Cave. If you're enjoying the video, helps me click on the like, and equally if you want to see more of these, then just click on subscribe and see the new ones as they come up. So we're a little bit back on ourselves. There is the quarry once again. So we're going to head down the other side of the hill. So this is just at the side of the car park, which we saw before. This is us taking our path down. You can see all the slatey action from the spoil. So again, a bit of a unique path as you come down. That's us down to our gates, and then we're through. If you've done any of these fells or any of these features, then just let me know in the comments and let me know who you did it with and how you did it, because that passes on some ideas to other people. I've got a shorter video on the Cathedral Cave, and I've also got a shorter video on Holme Fell. So if you want to see those, I'll pop them in the description for you. That's our trail heading down then, into the woods. It's veering off to the left. You got a rhinoceros tree.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. There we go. We'll just walk along on this track. That'll take us to the base of the run up to Cathedral Cave, and then we can just nip up and see that. Mossy wall. We'll come to this sign that says Cathedral Quarry, so just building a new building there. So we'll head up here. As we're coming up, pop my head torch on. So this is my head torch, so it's by Nightcore, a really good one, and a few settings on that one to make it super bright. There we go. There are some guys just doing a climb into the cave now. As I say, these guys are just heading their way down now. Madness. Got my head torch on, and this particular one, it's 3,000 lumens, so it's pretty bright. As bright as I'll ever need anyway. That's us coming through. That is a little bit of a flooded tunnel going through. And this bit will give us a view. Right, so we can look into the cave from here, but the actual entrance is just slightly further down the hill. There we go then, and it is pretty wet today. That is Cathedral Cave, and that's the massive central column in it. Wow. We'll have a little look a bit further down. We'll be able to see the actual cathedral window. So we'll get down to the main entrance now. It's just slightly further down the hill, and then we'll be able to see inside the cave and the cathedral window, which is a very large window, and that's why it's called Cathedral Cave. As we come up here, it gets this platform, and then this is the entrance to Cathedral Cave just here. So head torch on, let's work our way in. It's a little bit flooded. No problem for us though, and again, it's the end of the walk, so if we get a little bit wet, it's fine. And that is it. Wow. Absolutely brilliant. So that's all our gems for today. What do you think of the walk?
Good.
Enjoyed it?
Yeah.
What did you like best out of all the little gems?
The quarry.
The quarry? Yeah, the quarry's pretty cool. Yeah, do enjoy that.
Cool.
Yeah,
Good day out.
Yeah, it is. I enjoy it. So glad you enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed it. So if you want to do this walk, the map's in the description. But just back over the bridge, then we're going to the pub. So I'll think about what you want, and I'll see you in there.
Short day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just perfect for a short day. It's a good one. We're going to take away, aren't we?
Yeah.
First time in probably at least a year. Never Chinese. What are you having?
Salt and pepper chicken wings.
Yeah.
Some ribs.
Some ribs, yeah.
And then some
Doing chow fried rice?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here we go then. We are at the Three Shires.